quiz?
Hello.
Hello.
Hey.
Hello.
Right, we're on 7 o'clock, and there's enough people here for us to get started, I think. Do we?
Yep. I'll let you take it away.
Oh, thank you. Right, guys, welcome to training. It's one of mine today, certainly for gamblers, so I'm doing the start here. Thank you everyone for coming. Good to see a pretty good turnout today. Don't think gamblers got any announcements that I'm aware of.
No, nothing. Nothing from
Okay. Nothing from me either. Talon? I'm going
Not
to
as far as we know.
Okay. And anything from Vegas?
No announcements.
Awesome. Right. So, Gambler at least, and I believe unless Vegas have changed their plans, they're still coming along. Gambler, you're going to be joining me for a bit of Night Ops CQB. If there are any recruits that need assigning, then we can do it after I've gone through a little bit of the information, and we can all get on and have a good time. As you can tell, it's dark. It will remain so for the entirety of tonight. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Fallout guys, Gambler, and anyone who's accompanying us fall in on me, and go through the teleporter to Bravo.
Who's here from Talon?
Serpling and Atom.
Alright, gents. Just come with me to the helicopter base real quick. I just need to show you something.
Vegas follow Gambler.
It's just me and you, William.
Alright. I wasn't sure if D-Dog could hear it.
Magnus. Local check.
Join him.
Guys, stay out of the crates.
Come on, dudes.
Right.
Local check.
These things going out are just chem lights, so don't worry about it. I'll give myself some nice red ones, because it makes me all cool and scary. Right, so, welcome to CQB at night. One of the things that I think that Gambler would, in fact, I think a lot of squad leads would certainly agree with me, is that Gambler quite often tends to have issues when it comes to clearing towns at night, clearing buildings at night, and generally having problems with enemies sneaking up on them. So, what would people say is the main problem with fighting at night?
Visibility.
Peripheral vision.
Visibility is definitely, yeah, peripheral vision definitely is part of that, but visibility is the great big thing. As you know, we've moved over to new night vision goggles. We've tweaked the night vision settings ever so slightly. You should feel that they're a little bit better, although you'll also note that we've got no stars in the sky this evening, so they're not going to be perfect. So, different ways that we get around the visibility problem. Firstly, we have night vision. Everyone has night vision. It's all pretty good night vision. You know how it works. I don't really have to explain it to you. You put them on your head, you hit N, night vision comes up. As you will see, we've moved over to a new set of night vision goggles, which I believe Vegas have been using now for, what, the past couple of months?
Yeah, mostly.
Yeah, so Vegas mostly used these for the past couple of months. As you will see, the main section that was green before has now been shrunk. But as well as that, we now have an additional amount of peripheral vision, which is a darker colour, which represents effectively that your eyes can see around the goggles themselves. So there's some of your peripheral vision back. It's not perfect, but it's better than it was before. Yes, we can hear you.
Yeah. Okay, now it goes. Okay, thanks.
Yeah, no worries.
Excuse me.
Recruits don't have night vision.
Do they not?
No.
Check your bag.
Is it not in your backpack?
The engineer slot slot should have it.
It's in your bag. The AN
Yeah.
PVS.
Yeah,
Put it in
they're
the
called
slot
AN.
top right.
Thank you very much, Sean. But yes, you will have them in your bag. If you have any problems getting them, then let me know. Yep, I can see they're on your head now. So yes, you've got the central bit, and then around that. Bonuses is we've got peripheral vision. Main negative is of course that the amount that we can now see is smaller. You can increase that by holding down right click. Certainly whether you've got a weapon equipped or not, that will bring it up as if you zoomed in normally. But with most of the time when you're moving about, it's going to be quite difficult to pick up everything. And to be fair, it's supposed to be. I know that some people had problems with quite how high we had the difficulty settings last time. I'm not going to lie, I think some of it was partly due to how high I have the fog on some of those missions. I think I will admit that some of it's been a bit unfair. But overall, I think this is probably a little better, and I'll make sure to make it so it's not ridiculously unfair. If someone's got push to act, or if someone's not got push to talk on, please make sure it's on. I'm hearing myself, and I don't like hearing myself as much as it sounds like I might. Right, so we'll pick our favourite building. That one currently over to the south. Want a volunteer? By that I mean a squad, please.
But let's move up.
Awesome. Right, so quick CQB refresher. What is the magic number of people you need for a CQB clear?
3.
3. 3 is your magic number. Those 3 are?
2 breach and 1 on the outside security.
Yeah, typically it is. I typically refer to them as point man, breacher, and security. I know that various people in Vegas may and can. I mean, they've forgotten more about CQB than I will ever remember. So if I could have a magic team of 3, please, Jazz.
Right, Berlin, Amuse.
Okay, so no lasers, no flashlights, nothing. Just standard breaching.
Copy.
So if you guys want to cluster around, just so you can see, make sure you check your windows, guys. And Musable, you are being very breachy for a security man. Right, so as don't you shush me, I'm giving the talk. Amusable is your security, which means that he is watching out for everything else. So he is watching to make sure that nothing's sneaking up behind them. In the meantime, Berlin and Jazz are getting ready to breach. So, yeah, if you guys want to just breach in.
Yep, set, breach. Stairs.
Open door left.
Holding stairs.
Open door.
I go for door.
Radio check.
Musable, you might want to push in.
Clear. Clear radio check.
Going up.
Copy.
Door on right. You with me?
No, just move.
Good.
Move.
Looking left. Clear left.
Which one shissed you? Well?
Which
one shissed you?
Set.
Oh, Amusable.
Well, considering you just blocked Berlin going upstairs,
House clear.
maybe you shouldn't be
that's
shishing
fine.
anyone.
Right, bring it out. Okay, so main issues there. I think it might be because we haven't run CQB in a very long time. So, first man going in, absolutely make sure that the first thing you're doing is you are getting as far away from the door as possible. Depending on the room, you'll either be going straight or you'll be going left, depending on the house and which side is the shortest wall and longest wall and where you're expected to go. But get out of the door quickest. Main reason for that is that if you get shot as much as you can in real life in armor, it's bloody difficult to step over your favourite guy's body, so just make sure you don't. Second thing is that the reason that we have 3 people is that 3 people... I mean, in real life, you probably wouldn't clear a building of this size with 3 people all the time, but the reason that we have it is so that you can constantly switch between your pairs. So, once they've pushed into the room, and the room is clear, security man ducks in, as they are set up on the stairs and the other door, which, if anyone wants to go inside after I finish this, you can do so. So, you push in, you get to the door, and you join on to the man who has just pushed to the door, while the other person holds the stairs. You push in, clear that room. Everyone follow me so far?
Yep.
Awesome.
Yes.
While that person, once they've cleared the stairs, one of the two of those people who have just cleared that room goes and tags on to the man who's clearing the stairs and pushes up behind him. The other man goes on security. So you've got two people at all times who are clearing each room. The third person is to go on security, but that doesn't mean that they're always on security. They can switch between the two. They can switch between any of the positions. Other reason that you tend to have three people is that if one of them goes down, then two people can just stop the breach, make sure they've got security, and, if necessary, call for backup. So that's kind of the breach as it is. Jazz, Amusable, and was it Berlin was the third?
Yep.
Bit difficult in there, bit dark. Was it not bad?
Not too bad.
Okay. How's aiming down sights?
Better than it used to be.
Okay, so it's better than it used to be. Still not particularly easy, but there are different ways that you can get around it. So, as well as sights on our weapon, which we seem to use all the time, there is a box mounted to the right-hand side of most people's weapons that has got a torch and a laser. So, torch is this, as you can see, being shined at you. It's very bright, don't mess about with it. And then switching it around, you can switch it to a laser, which is much better. Well, depending. For breaching buildings, you can use either one. My suggestion is that if you're going to breach a building with a torch, take your night vision off. If you're going to breach it with a laser, of course, you'll need to keep your night vision on. Now, if you take your night vision off and turn your torch on, you can see pretty much as clearly as it was day, and you'll be able to see all the enemies certainly within a room quite easily. Main problems arise is that you will have slight issues when it comes to windows because you'll have a reflection back at you, and as well as that, it's not a perfect solution. It can be covered by various walls and things like that. You can also stop switching between your lasers and torches now, guys.
Minor point, Will.
Yeah.
Your PEC lasers, guys. That's the IR laser. Everyone can see what your night vision on right now. I'm just shining it across. That works instead of your sights, not as an addition to your sights. So when you're engaging at short to medium range, use the laser. It's going to be almost perfectly accurate. You're not going to have any trouble with engaging. It's because sights aren't designed to be used with night vision, because of the length of the tube, things like that. I think the marksmen have night vision sights, and I know you have maxi kites and things like that, and kite sights, but that's what the PEC's designed for. You can illuminate targets or mark targets with it, but it's also meant to be a guide to engage at night. So you engage with that as opposed to the blurriness of your sights. If that makes sense.
Yep, exactly what I was about to come on to. And it's partly because, and Caesar, this may not surprise you, I remember you doing night vision CQB training, and I have stolen a little bit, if not all of it. So, as Caesar just said, with the laser on and your weapon up, you'll be able to accurately engage targets. I mean, we're not firing weapons from the hip, but you're not aiming down sights for them. So, right now, I could, if I wanted to, shoot whichever Vegas member I was pointing at right there and hit.
D-Dog, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm not actually going to shoot D-Dog, but if I wanted to, I could engage D-Dog or easily move between each member of the unit. When you're pushing into a building, if you have your laser on the enemy and you pull the trigger, that enemy is going to be hit. There's really nothing much more complicated than that. So, Arrow, could I have a numbers count, please, through the squads, starting with Arrow, please?
Currently 7, will be 8 later.
Copy, Blade.
At the moment, 6.
Copy, Cutlass.
6.
And Dusak.
Got 4, because Magnus hasn't joined the group after being told to.
Okay,
5
well,
when he joins it.
5 when Magnus joins the group. So, is there any recruit who doesn't currently have a squad?
I have no idea with that.
Right, Victor, if you could join Cutlass, please.
Roger.
X-Shift, do you have anyone at the moment?
I'll meet Victor.
I'm Cutlass.
Roger.
Awesome.
Just
Right, okay.
Talk later. Thank you.
Arrow and Blade, if you could push off northwest down the street and just clear a couple of buildings. This section, east of the RG flags, I want people... So, Arrow and Blade, I want you to start clearing buildings with torches. Cutlass Dussack, I want you to start moving south-southeast and start clearing buildings with lasers as if you were firing from the hip. I want people to try different variations of it. If you want to try using your iron sights with torches or iron sights with night vision on, then you'll also find that that gives you a bit of a clearer picture, because laser sights, as Caesar says, anything with a hollow sight or similar is definitely not designed to be used with night vision goggles. Iron sights work surprisingly well at night, but yeah, have a go, try using different things. You can shoot if you want to, but there's not going to be any enemies in these buildings. So, off you go. I want you back. I'll probably want you back in 15 minutes, and we'll swap about halfway through. Off you go.
Copy.
You say lasers or Cutlass Dussack Bill, yeah?
Off we
yeah,
go.
lasers for Cutlass Dussack.
Magnus,
and
just go south.
Did Ref manage to pick up a 148?
No.
Move faster.
Right.
Where are they?
Ready and get
Oh,
it.
yep. Thank you. Out there.
We'll take left side of the road.
Right,
We take right.
3-0.
Copy, Icarus.
Yep. Don't think you're excused from doing this. They're probably going to go quite far up the street, which means these buildings are.
I can't get my laser
What have
to
you guys
switch.
do?
Hold Control C.
Yeah, I do it. I can hear the click, but it doesn't change.
You guys can hear me?
Disable it first.
Yes, we can hear you, Mumbo.
Okay, thanks.
Any preference for house?
Thank you.
Let's start one sweep.
Nope, doesn't change.
Mine was doing it as
What?
well. Try just do Control C, then activate it, then deactivate it. Control C again, activate, even if it doesn't. Ooh.
That's
No, that's a trigger.
No, it doesn't do anything.
Is it a must to turn on the flashlight?
It's L.
Well, that was the flashlight. Templar.
Because I can see
I can't.
much better
Yeah, I
from my
can't
hollow
switch
sight.
to the laser.
What? Do you have it on?
Yeah, it's okay. So the flashlights are now. When I hit Control L, I hear the click, but nothing. It doesn't change the laser.
Control C. Oh god.
I've tried Control C and I've tried Control L.
Disable the light.
Yeah, you were saying something?
Now left Control C.
Have you done a lot of CQB? You have, right?
Just once, and then click
Yeah,
out.
Okay.
I think so.
No. Oh.
You want to,
I-
Widgie?
Maybe take the P key
Usually
box
we
off
are
and
budding
put it
up
back
in
on.
that.
Yeah, okay.
Rebind the key binding. Have a look at my controls. Should we do a radio check?
Wait, hold on. It's
Yes,
next
please.
countermeasure
Start
apparently.
from the top, so just with Zezek.
I'm just going to quickly look at my settings, but I can't.
Suspect
speak
through radio
them.
channel 2 radio check.
Lima. Templar.
He's in his settings. Schlee radio check 343 Shanty.
Okay. Me. But then Widgie Metal. Widgie.
Yeah, perfect.
On what?
Radio check.
Oh, okay. You said me, then Widgetal, but I didn't hear
Yeah,
anything from
no.
you, so.
Just go.
Channel 2.
Yeah, Lima. Mumbo.
Channel 2.
Okay, copy. Radio check 343 channel 2.
Lima out.
Thank you. How are you working it out, Templar?
I'm sure we can get started well. Just looking at it.
Yeah. Widgie, can you take Zezek and Mumbo with you for the first 3 in this building?
Roger.
Do you want to breach, Bridgie?
Yes.
It's going
Or
to be
do you
under
want
your add-on controls, right?
Actually, do you know what I mean when I tell you I try to interact with people, like to knock on shoulders and stuff?
Yep.
That, for some reason, isn't working for me at all.
Reaching.
What was that? Shift.
Holding stairs.
So where can I find that option? Do you know that?
Ace interaction, maybe?
But where is the A's interaction?
Moving upstairs.
Usually it's in control, configure add-ons. It's maybe Ace common, I'm not sure. I'm trying to look for the one for template at the minute.
Moving out of security.
Nice.
It's going to be on the Ace weapon, isn't it? But it's not.
But the flashlight's working, so you can do the shit.
Yeah, I guess.
Just run the flashlight. So, no.
Can I reduce the intensity of flashlight?
No.
How come yours is very low? And mine is like a searchlight.
Yeah, it's
It might be your bloom settings in your actual game settings.
no. Okay, so you only see your flashlight as bright as they see their flashlight.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. So they have the same intensity on their flashlight. It just seems like it's not.
Oh, okay.
Does the first I see not have a micro dagger?
No, you have a tablet or an Android instead.
Let's breach that.
H.
Set.
I just breached.
Yeah, I'll come here. It's
Temp.
Templar, can you breach with us?
Templar's stuck in the world
Okay,
where the
I'll be with you guys.
minded. Thank you, member.
Go ahead.
Breaching.
Set.
No.
No.
Holding stairs.
Star. Breaching. Clear.
Somebody's having security.
Set.
Moving upstairs.
Security.
Door set.
Bang.
Breaching the right.
The safety's on door.
Safe. Corner to the left. Safe. House clear.
Excellent.
I should have just shot you, like, oh, it's not clear.
Oh, perfect reaction. Just stop and stare.
So the key things to remember with flashlights is that you can still use your red dot.
Yeah. It's where's Templar going?
Just getting technical support.
Yeah.
Should do this one.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, good call.
For some reason, this game doesn't see my left Windows button.
It's just your PC.
Yeah, so I had to do it on a different button, which is annoying.
This is boring.
Let's
Why can't
stack
I
up.
climb this?
Can I have... Someone's just standing behind me. Okay, so it shows how it's done.
All three of them stuck behind.
Yeah, that is no... could be done.
Still waiting on the tap. Led tap.
I thought I told you.
I think yeah. Restroom secure.
If you want to follow the member, you can. Huh?
Second room
Okay.
secure. Building clear.
Just have a look around, see what they do.
Okay.
Building clear.
That's actually, I think the two of you are primary CQB people.
Yeah.
Could you take Mumbo in for a slow?
Seems like arrows leaving their post. Maybe if you're doing teaching, do one of these 3 buildings here.
Yeah, that's fine. But could you take Mumbo through the CQB step by step, so he knows exactly why you do something and how you do it?
Sure.
I think it will help refresh everyone's mind
These
a bit.
buildings are terrible though, I hate these ones.
Yeah, we can breach from the back to be honest.
Okay.
There's Gamble squads. Switch from using, if you were using torches before, switch to laser. If you were using lasers before, switch to torches.
Okay, and we're switching
5
to
minutes.
lasers now.
But we're still on flashlights.
Nope.
Southeast side of town.
No, he just said swap instead of.
And we put, I wanted to do the other side of town.
We've
It's
done
more
the
fun
other
on
side
down
of the
there.
street. That'll do. How are things looking, Templar?
It's
Not
gonna
very
taxi
well.
pod.
Okay.
Okay, so Mambo, Mambo
Yep,
number
yeah.
5.
Yeah. Thanks.
Pretty good. I'll be with you in just a minute.
Thank you, Templar. So when we're breaching a building, we want to, well, to be honest, Arma isn't that hard to breach building. You should pretty much know the layout of every potential building we'll meet in Arma, because that's like fucking 10 different buildings in Arma. That's enterable, nothing more. Some Arma 2 buildings, I'm not sure about the layout, but this one's pretty simple. We know we have a storefront in the front, so we're gonna have to keep an eye out on the street when we breach the second room. Okay. And then we know that the stairs are inside in this building, because it has the porch, and once we're at the porch, you have to go outside.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's pretty easy. She's gonna take point, and you can be the breacher. She's the point man.
Yeah, I'll just walk through it though. I won't actually breach it. So like,
Yeah.
it doesn't really matter which building you come up to. You dissect it all the same. First person in, he's waiting for a tap on the shoulder, and the second person is waiting for a tap on the shoulder from the guy who's gonna cover them. Right, and then we go. Right. Oh goodness. Bloody hell, Templar, you scared me. Oh man. And right, so then you go in. The first person in, you want to go for the angle which is going to cover most of the room first. In this case, it's left. The second person in covers the second approach. So if I go left, the second person in goes right. In this case, there's not really anything right.
Cutlass, I think you've strayed a little bit too far west of the RG flanks. Please confirm you can see the RG flanks to your east.
So as you go in, you'd follow the right-hand side of the room, and I'd follow the left. We'd cover it all entirely, including this hatch here, and then stack up on the next door.
Okay.
Depending on the door handle, the door handle pretty much judges who breaches. So there's no like me first, you first, courtesy thing. When we're both set. We know we're both set. We've just breached. We're going through the room as quickly as possible. So the second I'm here, you'd open the door. So go for that, please.
Copy
and then you enter first, and
I will.
Yeah. Exactly, and then you go right. Perfect. I go left. The guy covering is constantly looking for the most vulnerable point. So when we first came in, it was the back door. Now, the most vulnerable point he needs to cover is outside this massive window here.
Okay.
Fucking contact scene. Boom, 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 boom.
We're all dead.
Push on to the next one then. That's fine.
Pushing on.
Well, I guess in this situation, I'd move up to the stairs because I'm the closest. You'd tap me, we'd go up, clear that, and then call all clear.
Once we are climbing, we should the second person be pointing at.
Well, you'd kind of just slice it as you go up, but again, I'd go left, you'd go right.
A setup on the other door.
You guys can just do this one real quick.
Yeah. I'm not sure which door you'd go for first, to be honest. I'd probably go for the one next to the stairs.
Always go for the high threat first, so if you know there's a threat on one of the porches, you go for that, but otherwise it's...
I guess we would know if there were a guy at the opposite side, because that's where we came in, so go for this one.
We have 2 minutes left. Is there any questions about this by anyone?
Yeah, when climbing the stair, where the security guy would be, shall he move from the door, comes towards the stair, or what?
Well, the biggest threat is still the back door you came in and the street, so that's where the threats are gonna be able to come from. So
Okay.
you should probably just stay there and keep security, if there's two guys. Otherwise, yeah.
Okay.
If you're 3 guys holding this building, not for breaching or a CQB clearance, just holding the building, I would recommend setting up on top of the stairs. So he's not allowed downstairs.
Okay.
Anything else you want? Oh, pardon, yeah.
I wouldn't mind doing live fire with the lasers. Just doing a bit of hip firing to see the accuracy with the laser.
We will see if we get that chance. I think we will, to be honest.
Well, of course we're gonna get fire.
The thing that I've noticed, Schlee,
Mm-hmm.
is that when you're hip firing, when you've got the rifle in front of you and you run a lot, it starts shaking a lot. And with the hip fire, it doesn't do that a lot. Try ruining your stamina, basically, and it will stay pretty straight
That's exactly the point of hip firing.
Jesus.
Go. Let's head back to Will. Pass by. You out of stamina, Mondo?
No. Just give it some gap.
Okay. Mind the gap.
I take that you can't just specify an amount.
I think somebody got flashed.
Right, I'm just finishing a crate for Caesar. I'll be there in a sec. We didn't have everyone back anyway. So how was that? Everyone enjoy it? Or at least learn something?
Yeah, it was actually good.
I did, actually.
Awesome. Right,
Yeah.
So just a couple of things. You may have noticed I've taken a slightly different loadout this time. I've got the underslung grenade launcher. So one of the things that Stabs and I regularly complain about whenever we do any sort of night operations at all. There we go. Quite impressed with that, not gonna lie. Is how much you guys actually use the stuff that's in the night ops crate. So I think everyone can agree that you guys, every night mission or every night training, you guys take a ton of stuff from the night ops crate, and you will typically use it for a big fight and at no other point. Is that unfair?
No, that sounds very reasonable.
Okay, so flare. As you can see, or as you will soon see, although it doesn't have a huge effect immediately, as it gets lower to the ground, the area around you gets lighter. It can be used at various different ranges, various different heights and things like that, and it's something that you definitely should make sure that all squad leaders, all 2ICs, all grenadiers and everything should have. Now, what do you not do with it? You do not throw a flare of any kind into a building to clear it for CQB.
Ooh, jump.
And the reason for that is
that
it is ridiculously bright, it is blinding, and you will just not be able to see into that part of the room. Arrow. What I would like you to do is, I'd like a team of 3 from you. and I would like you to attempt to clear this building at night with a couple of flares that I'm putting down for you.
I'm going towards the light.
Right,
Anyone
Charlie,
who's
you're up.
epileptic, please look away now. Let's make sure that's still going.
Jesus
right,
Christ.
Arrow, team of 3.
Looks like paradise for me, so I'm going in.
Breaching.
I think someone really hates Arrow.
I can't see anything. Okay, I can see some things. Stairs right, opening left, covering stairs.
Right, so I do feel bad for Arrow. It's not very nice in there.
No, it's quite a bright idea.
Preaching.
Shut
up.
That was terrible.
That was a good one. I like
Okay.
Please don't encourage him. We have to stay in his squad.
The main advantage that you've got, of course, is handheld flares do not last for a ridiculous length of time, but they last long enough that if you try throwing one into a building, it's just not going to do any use for you.
And
they
the
don't.
eye doesn't get blinded, right?
Yeah, eye doesn't get blinded if you don't throw them inside. I do have to apologise again to Arrow because I definitely threw one upstairs.
Seems unfair.
It does seem unfair. They've all gone now.
That's better.
The enemy might try.
Right,
So,
you guys can come out now.
You can come out.
And I assume it's gonna be like 10 times worse if you breach that house at night and then suddenly just lights up with night vision on.
Yeah, certainly. If a flare goes up in the middle, or for example, you run over something that I'll go into in a minute, a tripwire mine or similar, something along those lines that's got a flare attached, you suddenly look down at it, you're blinded for a couple of seconds, enemy shoots you, you're down. Times that they are effective is that you can use them very easily to mark things, as you'll see now. With that, I would say that a large chunk of that road you don't need night vision for. If you were then to, I don't know, chuck a white flare further down the road, if you're having a little bit of a problem seeing, although that one is brighter, a lot of that road is now very easy to see without any sort of night vision at all. As you guys continue on, you can easily bring attention to where you are or where others are by, for example, enemy over or underneath red flare. If squads know that there's enemy around there, you better believe that they're going to be careful about it. So, I've already described to you, so in a city where you guys are, right, you know that you cannot use flares in buildings. So, that is definitely, what, a good third of the city? So, if you're given 4 or 6 night ops crates and I get to them and they're empty, I'm very happy. If I see them used throughout the mission, I'm even happier. If I get to the night ops crates and they are still full of stuff, we'll just take the night ops crates away. Because if you're not going to use them, what's the point in dev team coding them? So, a couple of extra bits from the night ops crates. You've got all the extra chem lights, which I know Caesar might want to do some demonstrations of, but just a couple of things. So, you've got the IR chem light. Not particularly bright, but if, for example, you throw it against the door, then suddenly anyone who's going towards that door, it might be something we can use to mark with or similar. Using normal chem lights, which I know that there are a lot of, you get a little bit of light, both whether it's in night vision or not. And then similar with blue, I know I've got some ultra high somewhere. Maybe not. Other thing that you can do with the IR chem light is you can attach it to yourself. So if everyone now looks at me with night vision on, it looks a little bit like I've got an IR strobe on, doesn't it? Except
it's continuous. It's
just continuous. So, if, for example, you're a little worried that your IR strobe may not work, I know that there's 10 IR chem lights that are in each of those night ops crates. So, this kind of goes a little bit more for various other missions and stuff like that, but it's something that can be very useful. We have, I believe, 5 different colours of flares in there, all the way down to IR chem lights, which I've been told are not as bright, but not always the case. Yeah, definitely not always the case. So as you can see, any people who are in those buildings and stuff can be lit up. They can very easily be seen. Certainly in that shop window there, if it was dark before, or you couldn't see through it because of the reflection in the glass and stuff like that. I think I'd just say that I'm tired of, you know, us getting to the end of a night mission and most of the flare stuff not having been used. So, what we're going to do now is just move on a little bit. So what people are allowed to do now is you're allowed to raid the night ops crates. I want people to take as much as they possibly want. I want grenadiers to take flares. I want people to take as many glow sticks as they can possibly carry. I want them picked over, guys. I want you to act very much almost as if you were looting enemy corpses and stuff, which I know we're not allowed to do. But I want to make sure that those crates are raided, and then what I want you to do is go back exactly the same sort of buildings you were in before, find out how you can use chem lights to make your roles easier. Because in each squad, I'm sure each of you can come up with a different way that chem lights and flares and stuff can make your job easier. Use the chem lights to mark doorways, use them to mark safe areas for CCPs, use them to mark buildings that you're currently in, that you can then pick them up and throw them away later. Just find a way to use them. Use them to mark casualties if need be. So go pick over the crates, and then let's have Arrowblade going southeast this time, and Cutlass Dussack going northwest. Alright, off you go. After this, we'll move on to some semi-live fire stuff.
Question. Does the flare stuff act as a good replacement of IO strobes in case you run out of them?
Absolutely. Not the flares, just the chem lights.
Yeah, chem lights, sorry. Not the flares.
I have a question.
Sure.
So, we can't see through it, but does the AI get blind as well?
Not as much as we do. AI use a computer algorithm to see, so
yeah,
they don't get blind in the same way that we do.
No, would be fun to use them as a replacement for smokes.
Yeah, if possible, but unfortunately, if they're human, if they're not human as well, then unfortunately it doesn't work quite so well.
Yeah.
If any squad wants to resupply on ammo, then you can do so now.
What's the IR
Which one?
made for?
This one here.
I can't see the one you're referring to.
Currently floating
I think you should attach to yourself.
Okay.
No, Sean, here's
Oh,
one high.
Can I attach one to you?
It's like a maelstrom, but you can throw it, and also.
Would you?
Pretty bright.
It's a bit brighter, yeah.
Well, there you go.
So if I attach it to myself,
do you want to
naturally it's
call
not
in
bad for me.
information to head out southeast?
You just said we
Just
must go
clearing
southeast.
buildings.
Arrow will take right side of the road again, Blade.
Roger. I know he did, but does Widgie want to say what thing are we walking? I'll take that as a no, Widgie.
Can you throw them?
Well, we'll go and call him.
Okay.
What are we going to be doing?
Let's start with the house to our eastish.
Look like you
Yep.
bought some sort of golden skin for your character.
So, what can we do with the chem lights, etc.?
I've just learnt that I can't actually read the text and reloading my weapon. I've got night vision on.
This is Gambler. Rules are as follows: no more than 2 flares
Hmm?
in any
Grenades.
place per squad per time. Let's not fill the town with flares.
Okay, so we can't use more than 2 flares per thing per squad. So just try and find. Did you just shoot something?
No.
Was that
Actually,
yeah.
Could I put like a tripwire flare like on the corner there? It would be fair. It wouldn't be like like obnoxious or anything. Oh,
No,
never
no.
mind. They're moving on already. Yeah. Oh no, they're not.
I will leave this to Corporal Street.
That's
For what,
fine.
sorry?
But it wouldn't be obnoxious or abrasive or anything. But
You just want to see how it works, basically.
Yeah,
that's
it's
fine.
just a good test.
I'll tell you what. I'll use it on you guys. I'll use it on you guys, but I won't let you know when I'm gonna use it. How about that?
Yeah.
Okay. Templar.
Yep.
Come over here.
I just want to see if like anybody can spot it. You know.
Come over. What I want you to do is find.
We can all hear you guys. Alright, flares. What the fuck can we do with flares? Let's figure this shit out.
Oh my word.
No? Okay, that's a flashbang, not a flare.
Can we...
Fucking vanilla lines are...
Do you think I'll be okay to do a bit of live fire?
I mean, I'm almost used up. I mean, like, we can mark buildings that haven't been cleared yet, so if, say, red... Thank you, Steve.
That's alright.
Can shut up now.
Yeah, you will.
You want the fucking...
Well, for some reason I can't actually throw this grenade. Which is
Oh. Gonna... Just...
What's happening?
We clear yet?
Where the hell did my handheld go?
I don't know.
It's just disappeared.
Isn't the room glowing though?
What did you throw, Slee?
No, it was witching.
I threw a handheld.
Handheld what? Flare? I don't think it works like that. I mean, it's handheld. You kind of want to hold it in your hand.
Actually, I think it went through the fucking building.
Yeah, I've just thrown one through. Is that it there?
Northeast of it.
Do we actually want to do what we were told to do?
What's this in test flares?
That's against Blade's.
Okay, yeah, I'm
standard
gonna shut up
procedures.
and just go sit in this corner.
Who's Grenadier?
Outlive, what are you doing?
I'm looking at Temple for a second.
Because the rest of us are a little bit confused about what we're supposed to be doing.
Templar join up with the rest. Just go over to the next building.
That's all. What's up?
Jesus Christ. The first I see is really scary heavy shit. This building's the same as this one. Let's skip this one. What would you... where's... would you?
Yeah.
What would you do with things like the garage or with roads like this? Would you light them up or would you leave them be?
Well, garages, you see straight into them, so...
Mm-hmm.
Or what's the question?
No, but what, like a street like this one, would you light it up or would you guys prefer just using night sides, or do you think it's handy to light them up entirely?
Oh, I think this one's a perfect example, to be honest. Like, you want a flare down there, don't you? Because there's just... there's so much static. I don't know what you guys are seeing, but like,
Well, for me, it's pretty much crystal clear.
if you yeah, but at first glance, you know, I mean, the hill at the back just looks like.
Yeah.
So you mean you don't see the bunny up the hill?
Are you zooming in?
But you won't see the bunny. You won't. It's not synchronized.
I do see the bunny.
I do, actually. I do see the bunny.
Right.
Without zooming in.
Oh. All the animals are supposed to be local.
Oh, contact.
Yeah, I was about to light that up, you know, just to see the difference. Who the hell is that?
That's Vegas. Let's not fuck with Vegas. Can we find another street?
Yeah. So okay, this is out of curiosity, because I don't know what you guys prefer. Shlee would say light it up. What does the rest say?
I would essentially get a fucking flare in the sky, light up the city, light her up.
Yeah, let's go this way. We've got 5 minutes left.
I wouldn't put the flare on the ground. I would put it in the sky and clear the garage with a torch or something like that.
Is there
that previous time that Kimber used the flare? I think that's pretty much one of the most optimal times.
Yeah, in general,
trying to cover our tracks.
How often are there enemies inside one of these kiosks? Because I think I've seen it several times, but not that often.
Unless you're fucking playing, what's it called? Fucking,
Zeus.
King of the Hill.
Yeah, King of the Hill, yeah. Unless you're playing King of the Hill, there's never any.
Okay. Let's go over to,
You always treat everything as a threat though, don't you? You know.
So, that is I'm blind. Oh.
Yeah, that's pretty hectic. I must say, I hate this wooden like gazebo thing during missions. It's really hard to get guys through the gaps.
Yeah. Okay, what I want to do, Mumbo, where are you?
Yeah, I'm here.
Just to come over here to me, please. Can you pick 2 guys? I'm gonna let you run through this building. You've done it with Zezek.
Yes.
Try and do it just with you leading out them, so that you can practice with what you're supposed to do. Just talk them through it, see what you see, and tell us what you see and stuff. And I think who would you want with?
Yeah, like step.
I'd recommend taking Outlaw and Vigi because they don't really have that much CTP training.
That's right.
Like don't treat it like you're rushing an actual hostile building. Step it through like methodically.
Okay.
Yeah, we got 5 minutes. So and if there's things that we do wrong, I want Zezek and Shlee to just point us at it.
Okay.
So Mumbo, take charge.
I think Vigi with us, and who's the other guy?
Me.
Okay. You come along. So this is we are gonna be setting up at the door. 2 guys setting up at the door, and 1 guy is for the security. Okay, once we get the tap, I think we didn't. Someone gets inside yet. Okay.
Wait, hold
So
on a
once
second. Can I? Would it be alright if I went upstairs first?
Sure.
Alright, cool.
Okay, so once we enter the room, I will be cutting the pie, making sure there is no one inside and rushing inside, and going towards the room. The second guy would be cutting along the large. Okay, 1 guy should be at the security. I don't see which one.
Outlet's got it. I just keep standing in front of it.
Okay, security. Okay, out of the security, just going and clearing this room, making sure. Oh shit. Okay, thanks. So before we coming in, I have to check this corner too. Okay. Set up at this door, and then cutting the pie again, and getting inside.
Who's on security at this point?
Okay, what do you say when that room is there's no one in that room, or you killed the people?
A room safe.
Okay.
Okay, and then set it up to the stairs to the Vigi. Vigi, proceed.
You tap his shoulder. If we're silent, you just tap his shoulder.
Okay. It was what was the key? Shifty.
Yeah.
So once tapped, just go ahead.
Hold. Freeze. Freeze.
Hold
Freeze.
there,
Freeze.
freezing,
Freeze.
freezing.
Uplift, you're on security. What are you looking at?
I was looking at them. I'm trying to look as well, you know.
Yeah, but where should you be?
Right now I should be in this corner because I'm trying to cover the back door where people can enter, and that door. So I'm basically looking at that side and keeping an eye on that door.
So you guys can share that again.
And the windows, of course.
Okay, so, unfreeze.
Unfreeze. Okay, so we are just getting up. Should we be going this much fast or what?
Take the time you need, Mumbo.
Okay.
Depends if it's the normal tempo or.
Okay. So once we come up, we see and contact there. If we are calling contacts, engaging with them, then proceeding up, setting up at the door. The other guy will clear the other side of the room first. So go ahead, Vijay.
Yeah.
With the door.
Threats in my
head back.
My back there, so you should.
Yeah.
the
I'm
second
setting
guy
up
should
at the
take
door.
Yeah.
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 Okay.
Okay, guys. I think Mumbo's got the ID. Do you agree?
Yeah.
Yeah, because Vil asked us to go back, so we're heading back.
Good stuff, Mumbo.
Yeah, Zezek, step us out,
Thank
take
you.
us out. I was about to say step us out, but yeah. Thank you, Zezek, for letting me repeat that.
The main thing is
Thank you.
slice
Thank you for pointing out.
at every corner
Yeah.
and don't go in a room on your own. Because
Okay.
if you go down
Mhm.
and someone else isn't following you in to take that person down, that next person's going to go down trying to come in because they're ready for that next person.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, drop it. So it's about 1470.
Right, let me spawn a.
What camera thing was that?
Yeah, it's about 100 meters. I can double check if you want.
Looks like the javelin one.
Right, check the high blue. I'm currently over here. Right, so you can hear 3-0 going on about because their flares are much better than ours.
We're wiring about 100 meters.
Okay.
And so ratchet it up to the highest elevation.
So, as you know, we have got various different powers of flares, from the hand flares we use to the 320 underslungs. The most powerful flares that we have in our inventory at the moment appear to be in the 60mm mortar, which are more powerful even than the 82. Obi, you got them going out? Awesome. So, this is the 60mm mortar. First flare should be going off kind of south-southeast. Right. Just the 3. Well, they're illumination rounds, so as you can see, with these, you can effectively look around as if it's daytime.
Yep.
As well as that, how long do they last, Obi? 2 minutes? Yeah,
So they last longer than the Airborne.
Yeah, so they last a while. So what we can even do at times is, if for example 3-0 was to fire one every 90 seconds, we can keep this pretty much permanently over a period of time. If you look down that road, southwest, I can see everywhere, all the way down there, right at the very end. With night vision or without. So, want to hear a little bit more calls for 3-0. Now, we don't have a huge amount of these flares. I think we carried, what, 20 in the crates?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, something like 20 in the crates. So, just something extra that 3-0 can add when it comes to night missions, which I'm sure might be very useful in a mission soon to be arriving. Now, Blade and Arrow will know this very well, but has anyone ever used the VR targets before?
We saw it in the outskirts.
Yeah, so some of you might have seen it in the outskirts. So, this is semi-live fire. If you need ammunition, go and grab some ammunition. If you need flares and or Similar, go into the night operations crate. Squad leaders, I would like you on me, please. What you guys are going to do is a semi-live fire operation. The targets will not shoot back, but you can kill them. So, squad leads on me. So, we are currently on this black line here. What I want is we are going to divide it into...
of light inside a town. Yeah.
Interesting.
Right, so, squad leads, can you see that black line on the map? No. In near jury.
Yeah, I can see it.
Oh, I don't know. I see it.
Don't touch the crates,
Oh,
Magnus.
last one.
I think I'm the only one that doesn't see it.
Right.
Side channel.
Mute. Look at this snake.
What?
Oh yeah, now I see it.
That's
Sorry.
pretty nice. Great.
Does think your line actually goes all the way to the end of that road. Right, so you guys need to clear through that. There's going to be various different enemies that are within that. They're all unarmed, they're all not going to shoot back, and they don't have any grenades. So feel free to clear as many buildings as you can. I'll give you guys, let's say 15-20 minutes, and then I'll call you guys back and we're going to put some shooters down. Alright?
Yep.
Any
Want us to
questions?
push out from here or start it?
You can start pushing. Well, I mean, you guys are pretty much here now, aren't you?
Yeah. It was more, do you want us to go to the outskirts before pushing in?
Oh, no. You can push in straight from here. So, let me just use a different colour. So, the opful line starts about here where that red line goes through town. From there, anything past the RG flags, they should be ever so slightly glowing red, but not enough that it will be ridiculous. Feel free to kill as many as you want, because I'm just going to delete them and put down other units after you've done so. Make sure to keep things sensible. If you need 3-0, then call them in. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. Off you go.
Alright.
3-0 retreat. This is an active mission. Let's get a secured place, get the mortar down set.
That would be a good idea, actually.
If you look at the map, because I want to do this as a bit of a training for us as well. Do you see the map?
Let me see. So can you see all the markers?
Neo Corey, you'll see the map.
So currently,
or the where I made a green place.
Shooting enemies that are not shooting them back.
Yep.
If
We
you
are
want
going
to do
to
the
clear
same,
that.
I can put down enemies for you, but I don't have
There's
to.
so many
I don't
lines
have to.
overlapping.
I don't think I have to necessarily baby you.
Hold on, beg your pardon. Who said something?
I'll delete
It's
mine
your
now.
choice. I don't
Oh,
have
okay.
You mean the green area only, which is
Yeah, the
light?
green area is us. The rest is the other squads. So just A, B, C, D.
Will.
Yo.
Am I good to get some more like up?
We are going to fight the. Do you remember the orange flappy guys that Kimbo put down at some point?
Yeah.
I think
Well.
I think we are shooting those, so they won't fire back at first.
Yeah. See the map.
But stay frosty.
Already on it. Yeah.
Should we move out?
Our sector C.
Yeah.
Got it.
Templar is still our engineer, correct?
Yeah.
Our red engineer, yeah.
Yeah. So we'll just do red and blue team from now on. So just I've got Zezeg and Mumbo. So Widgie, take that team with you. We'll do the you do the northern side, and we'll do the southern side. And I will ask Monsieur Mumbo Jumbo to take us out, because I want the medic to be safe and sound with me, holding my hand.
Take it towards south.
Mm-hmm.
Hilo, what's your count on flares?
Right, I've got flares fall.
Just 3?
Where do you want us to start?
Nah.
Why is
so
why
let's
only
just
not at the front, Templar?
head into the alley. Go through.
Because we told our AOR to take us out.
Wait, are you not
Oh,
Yeah.
sorry, my bad. Sorry.
Do you still want me to take it out, or Templar should be ahead?
Yeah.
Or in our sector.
Oh, okay. So
To be honest, what should be happening is a staggered column down the road. So red should be on the right and blue should be on the left.
that would mean we are north. That is fine as well. Just take south team. Wigitul is in charge of red. So yeah.
Do you want us to mark off in group what we've cleared?
If you could do that, actually, that would be fine. Yeah, that I would like that.
I'll endeavour to do so.
This, for some reason, Widgie. I want to have a chat with Widgie because I'm not sure about something.
I think this is the first building, to be honest, we're heading west.
Your map for a second.
No,
That's the one.
this is.
If you go to Sat Channel, you'll
Yeah,
see
that's the first
as
building.
well, go down by Wilhelm.
Yep.
Yeah, we are not following that red line. The sector we are in was basically the thing I've marked up. With the lines you've put them down, I'm quite unsure if it's the left or the right side of the red line, basically.
We're clearing southwest.
Have they already seen someone? So, yeah.
Am I missing something?
Just trying to look at.
I think the confusion is
Well,
he
our
assigned us the whole
sector is southwest or west southwest. So it's basically just follow this alley. One team take the south side.
Outlive, it's pretty clear. The other squads are doing it. We're heading southwest.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I was just sure.
This
Actually,
alley
why
down
are
there.
you not one IC or two IC? Or...
Because I'm not here on Sunday and Norris Kimber.
So you want blue on to take the north side or the south side?
We'll take the right side of the.
Okay, so I'll stack them on first then. Wait, you go stack them.
Temp, do you want to take the?
You've got your microdecker, correct?
Wherever Widgie wants us.
Me?
Yes.
Yeah, I'll just follow with
Yeah,
you.
we'll take these buildings.
I have it.
Let's say this is the intersection. We take the ones to the south. Blue takes the ones to the north.
Yeah.
Cool.
Templar, are you point?
Yeah.
Using lasers.
Open door.
Clear. Going right. Clear.
You go first. Sense.
Reach.
Reaching right. Pass clear.
Okay, let's go back.
Is this the divide? This is our divide, we get to go around.
I'm gonna. Oh right, yeah, really.
My only issue is that we've got other people over there. They're in.
I'm gonna mark on group chat the zone.
3-0, this is Arrow requesting fire mission
Send it, Arrow.
That's that line there that I marked, the black line, separates the zones.
Yeah, sorry, Ouija said that the left of that was ours.
That black line marks when the the combat starts.
1, 4, 2, 1 times illumination round.
Read back correct.
What's that checkpoint, Ouija?
I think we, yeah, those houses on the left here are in our sector, I think.
Yep. This one is in our sector.
Yeah.
Yeah, but who's
On
that
the
in the
ridge.
building?
Clear.
Somebody in that building already. Did we maybe check the north side since they've got the south?
They're in the centre at the moment.
3-0, this is Arrow.
Crossing.
Good effect on targets
Okay.
and fire mission. Out.
Squad standing by for fire missions.
Visual. Body. In the garage.
Interesting.
Got a body in the garage.
If you follow my laser, you'll learn a lot
Cool.
about
Civilian.
why I'm looking.
Fair enough.
Oh, he's red. Shit.
There's fire mission out.
Send fire mission, does that?
3-0, there's a fire mission and following grades 1 times illumination. Break. 3-0, 1, 2, 4, 1, 4, 3. Keypad 7, anywhere
Okay.
there. Please,
Holding
3-0.
for,
Out. Over, sorry.
catch-up.
Read back on grids. 1, 2, 4.
Should bound this.
1, 4,
Yep.
3.
Yep. Hold.
Keypad designation 7. 1 times illumination.
Okay.
Read back okay, send it. Over.
I want to be bound to the let's have a look, to the construction building. Red team goes first. Blue team will cover.
Construction building is out of our sector.
Is it? Oh yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Go to the house with the
We can still use it as
Yeah.
cover. Going out of sector doesn't matter if it saves our lives.
I was about to say it does have a nice wall, but yeah, we'll just keep it in a sector. Bound to the shed, and when you're there, just let us know.
3-0, rounds out. 10 seconds light.
Blue
We
covering.
just go to the other construction build.
That
Red
building over
stepping
there
off,
looks
4
like,
second back. Do you want to keep moving or hold for them?
Nah, we can stay here. It's open and nice.
Holding.
I think this is a live fire bit.
Remember you need to join are you fatigued? You need to join blue team.
Oh, yeah.
Stepping off.
No, we wait until
Red team will. Oh fuck! I forgot to tell them we're at the wall. My bad. My mistake.
Set.
Bounding to red. It's really hard to see the
One
the
thing I
channel
want to
to
just
that.
quickly comment on is you'd never just run straight on top of our position. You would either move past or alongside. You know, you're not like.
Oh, okay, yeah.
We literally all died last mission because we were all on top of each other.
We should have gone to that wall basically over there. That that one.
Yeah, that sounds good. Covering.
We'll go there. Let's have a look. I can't see the thing that properly.
On your go, would you?
We should probably start clearing the left side of the street here.
FM.
Beg your pardon?
Let's have a talk here.
Yeah.
We haven't. Okay, we cleared half our sector already.
Yeah.
And we haven't used one asset.
Widgie?
Yeah.
Widgie?
Safe. Clear.
Bring in because I think wants to discuss something.
Roger.
Holding.
Himself and tell me off because I'm a sucky first I see.
No. Not you.
I'm gonna quickly change my key binding for laser to control spacebar so I can quickly toggle it on and off for CQB.
Yeah, I'm just trying to figure that one out too. I'll try that one as well.
Let's fucking figure this shit out. Like
It just hit me and I was like, Eureka.
Yeah.
And yeah, we missed the target.
To be honest, I want one to for also turning it on. I hate to go all the way to the L key.
Yeah. No, that's I think what I'm going to do. Control C to change it and Control Space to toggle it on and off.
There we go. Yeah.
Templar, can you guys come over here?
2 seconds. I'm just doing a key binding.
Yeah.
Do you know where it is?
Right next to you.
Yeah.
On the medic.
Yeah.
Weapons.
I'm used to having a micro dagger, and I'm missing it a lot right now.
Okay, so you're gonna find it under.
I have my Android up, but I can't really see it in the dark.
Common?
Man, I just had blackout. Fucking give me a second.
Headlights on and off now.
Fucking yeah.
Yeah, then it shows up, but that means I see your face and I can't see it.
View? Where the
Oh
hell
yeah.
is it?
Okay, yeah. It's under.
No, but
It's definitely under weapons. It is.
Is it the track 4 thing?
Just one more.
The track out. I've never used it, and I'm a bit I don't know.
Oh, there it is. No, that's still headlights. What the hell? Maybe it is headlights.
Guys, do you know where
Oh,
the
infantry.
controls are for infantry movement? It can't be infantry movement.
No, it's because it's movement.
I'm not using it properly, but
What?
I believe if you do control.
The controls for the flashlight.
Oh, thank you.
Changing.
Control C.
No,
No,
the
the actual default turning the laser on button.
Oh, L for light.
UI elements, everything.
Yeah, but is it headlights under the settings?
Sorry, what?
Can't see it.
Yeah, I think it's
Everything, like,
accessory or
if I'm
something.
selecting grenades or anything like that.
Oh, it actually is headlights on off, Shlee. I just said
Oh, no way. My
it. Yeah, armor has it. Armor has it as headlights.
Why not?
Okay.
Or just double tap plus.
Well, it's the headlights on the gun.
Oh, that's perfect.
Ah, okay, now
You
I
guys,
can see it.
you guys done?
Did you succeed, Shlee, Templar?
Yeah, we were setting the laser key to Control Space so that we can quickly toggle it in CQB.
Right. So we, like Zezek said, we have hardly been using any of the assets from the crate.
Let's start with the most important thing first, Outlive. We missed a target.
Yeah, we did. We missed a target. We missed
We're all
that
dead.
man over there.
Nobody cleared that fucking building when we crossed it.
I did consciously do that.
Yeah,
Nice
yeah.
one.
Same here. I didn't clear it because I
Why are we
knew.
being flared?
Maybe because we should be using flares. That's the second point I have. We have cleared half our sector now, and we haven't used one asset from the crates. We like what we were supposed to do the last round we or
Yeah,
the last part of the training. We were supposed to figure out how to use it. So let's do that now and figure out how we want to use those assets. First thing I would
On
say.
down the road?
Is it gonna shoot at us?
No.
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 Ignore it then for now. The first thing I'm gonna say is the Grenadier should always have that flare up. If 3-0 doesn't have a flare covering us, we should have a flare covering us. That's the first point I want to make.
Yeah, okay. Who's our Grenadier for today? It's
me.
Schlee. Well, Schlee, then you know what to do from now on. Always have a flare up.
Second thing, if we bound cross a building, so if we're like leaving a building for blue team or red team, so if red leaves a building for blue, I would mark it with a red either IR or the fucking chem light.
So basically, if we would leave this one for red, you would just do like this.
That's the
That's the wrong one.
much.
Yeah, that's the wrong one. Let me look.
To be honest, that's already a sign that this is a level of complication that's going to be a problem.
No.
Yeah,
if
people are going to
we
be doing it wrong.
Yeah, but if we train that Templar, do you know? Do you know why
we have
armies
to
don't
use
make
so many
mistakes?
keybinds. Okay. Let's see.
Don't worry about that now.
We don't get that many red chem lights, to be honest, in the crate.
The high, okay, so the red chem lights high and the orange high should only be for squad leads and 2 ICs. Those are the only two guys that should have the high intensity chem lights.
So it would be the M127A1 handheld signal thing.
No, it will be the IR chem light.
I just have a blue one.
You probably didn't pick it up then.
Oh, I picked up everything that was in the crate I was looking at.
It's called Chemlight IR.
Yeah, I know which one you mean.
That, I believe there's...
I have one, but I actually can't throw it.
I believe there's 50 of them in the crate, so... We
Yep,
should
I
always
have
be able to.
It's only letting me choose a flare, or an M84.
That's
a white
IR
smoke,
chem light right there.
or a
in front of
67.
that door.
No chem light.
That's... I would miss that, to be honest.
Do training with it?
That's probably thrown bad.
Yeah, even if I was coming down the street, I'd only just see it. There, I'd see it. Definitely, yeah. What if it was inside?
But if... Okay, so if we communicate, say if we have marked a building for red to take, check for IR.
Yeah, oh, vehicle.
Yeah, almost that.
Are we getting comms to move back?
Not yet. And if I look at the
But okay, does anyone else have any points for fucking night ops crates?
Yeah, like what would you guys like to use for certain areas? Like our Grenadier needs to keep up flares every once in a while. Oh, we see a flare again.
Vehicles gone.
Yeah, the vehicle's behind you.
Oh, they're moving it. I think they're signaling to get in it.
Just get in the Vic, and we'll start heading out.
I'm not hearing comms about that.
I didn't get comms either, actually.
Are you in the right channel?
Yeah, we should be on the right channel.
You did radio check with them?
Well, if I'm not hearing it, actually, he's not hearing it. Something's going wrong. Is everyone butted up?
Yeah, we're rolling.
Okay, is that a KU drive?
I'm in the back. Oh, for fuck's
Drive
sake.
if you want.
I'll do it.
I thought you liked driving.
Yeah.
Figuring out the squad.
Just Outlook, just take us somewhere so that these guys can get out.
Where are we going?
We're just going back to where we started from.
Copy.
So not this road, but the road after. Go left. Go left it. You'll see the rest standing there. So just park it here.
Isn't that?
Either side of Hamas.
Okay,
With the Limit Suicide Hamas, yeah.
So to celebrate the fact that Hezbollah's political wing has just been declared a terrorist organisation, we use Hezbollah.
Shouldn't they have
So
been
are
like
they
a long time ago?
Hezbollah now?
For fuck's sake.
We are just Ebola.
Okay.
Why did you say we are?
I mean they. I'm not the.
Right.
I'm not agent.
Want to say, just to cut people off, so I thought that you guys there did really well. I thought it was actually much better in terms of the amount of stuff that was coming in from my perspective. And I think that anyone in Zeus as well would have seen certainly the amount of lights that were going off in the sky. And I hope for you guys it was a little bit easier because, you know, there's a lot of people who, or certainly a lot of missions, I know I do turn the fog up and I am working on that and I know that people consider it to be unfair. As I said, I am making sure to cut down on that. This weekend there will be very little fog. Yes, it's going to be nighttime. So what we're going to do now is I'm just making sure that there is Hezbollah in a couple of buildings around. There are a surprising amount. You'll be in the same sectors as before. You're also going to have the main difference is going to be is that there are not going to be quite so many Hezbollah around, but it's going to be serious enough that I'm sure you guys will have fun. Let me just finish putting them in here. Of course, squads are free to call on each other. They're free to call on 3-0. And if anyone's got any questions or any comments or anything like that, then please let me know.
Is it just after the red line again, Bill, or are you putting them in the first lab ins?
I've put them even further back, but I'm going to try and get some now. In short, I didn't want them shooting immediately, but let me just try and get some paramilitary fire teams close by.
Sure would be grand. What could go wrong?
Why do you keep saying that, Dave?
Gotta live on the edge, Ref. Been telling you that for weeks.
We should fucking fall off the edge.
Okay, I'm gonna start
Whoa.
That's rough, man.
One of these days.
Your morning cereal, Sean.
I think somebody shit it inside, not even piss.
Right, the area around here is live, so you might want to start making sure that we've got some security about, because I know that the AI are reacting because they are already doing so. So if by any chance one was, for example, to run around the corner and start shooting at us, then we wouldn't know until...
Contact!
Find
get the southwestern road.
Just like push out northwest.
Northwest?
Cross it.
Got it.
If anyone needs any ammo, do so now. There are new crates down.
Laser off.
Templar, we're going back to our sector. Take us out, please.
Right on me, to the left.
Wrong sector, Templar.
Come towards us, man.
Right,
crossing.
Yeah, moving in.
Crossing. Prepping flat.
Copy.
Gamma squad to 3-0, standing by for nation support.
Nobody called last man.
Oh, yeah.
Come on, Schligo.
Crossing. Crossing. The south sector? Looks like it. Feels familiar.
So it is our
Yeah,
sector. Yeah.
a bit more. Yeah, basically this is where our starts. If you look at the map
Same
visually,
building,
you'll see it.
Copy that.
That's why I asked Zezek if he had his micro dagger up. You can see it on the map thingy there, the green line.
Entering. Clear.
No, let's do it the normal way. Blue on the left.
Heading south and round? Or do you want to head out the way we came in?
Let's go towards squads. Apart from, I think, one troop in the section, all enemies are now currently behind the flank lines.
Do you hear that? Contacts are only west of here.
Am I good now? No, you're still not ready.
Yeah, you're. Yeah, now you're not.
On your go, Templar. We need to wait for blue, really. We get hit from those windows. Crossing, Templar.
I would keep red on the south, let blue clear the buildings.
FM moving off.
Actually, could we get a elimination round up in the air?
FM going up.
Is this building clear yet?
No, this one not.
Crossing.
I know it's poor cover, but if we can be patient, we can provide them good cover.
FM holding.
Door secure.
On you.
It also eliminates the complication of bounding from building to building.
Security getting her.
Building clear. I've got security.
Preacher.
Throwing at IR at the building with the threat in, but it landed nowhere near it.
Copy.
Then, when they finish with those buildings, they can get the one northwest. Most of us, we can get the one closest to us.
FM.
Security.
Copy that.
Pop another flag.
Bounding west.
Covering. Last man go.
Preacher.
Security.
Yeah, let's do that one.
Okay, they took the wrong building.
Clear.
Safe. Wait. Clear.
Safe, clear. We're good.
Yeah. We're not dead, that's important. Crossing. Can't see shit over there. Let's cross
Yeah.
right.
Roger.
Moving over.
Going.
Careful with the garage.
Done.
3-0, this is the...
Moving up.
Yeah, there's a whole...
Send it. 3-0, are you available for one times illumination?
Confirm.
3-0, gonna have one times illumination in the following grids. 1, 2, 3, 1, 4, 4, keypad 2, anywhere around there please.
Engaging upon contact to the south.
Read back. 1, 2, 3, 1, 4, 4, keypad 2.
Solid copy.
Moving out.
Go.
Lots of open ground. How are we gonna do this?
A lot of friendlies. I can see friendlies in here. Is this clear, would you?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Flashed.
Got contact in the garage. Magazine.
Sounds like we got a contact in the little thingy there.
Yeah, I saw that. Blue team, you guys have a contact in that garage, northwest.
Northwest?
Yeah. Listen to the sound, guys.
That's it. 3-0, round out.
Throw an eye grenade there.
Cover that, minute 8.
And we've got
Crossing.
context to our right.
We should have cleared the backside.
Garage clear.
Now you can.
We should have exited.
Zezek.
Oh.
That garage. Over there, there's a guy inside there. It's not a garage, it's a gazebo. It's on the opposite side, the north side of the building.
I've cleared it. That's why I'm telling Outlive that we should have gone out the
Yeah, okay.
Contact.
There are friendlies over there as well, so
yeah.
Watch it. Ooh, stuck on someone.
Multiple contacts on the construction site.
I'll just stay low.
Friendlies northwest. Putting flares up west. Take the point.
Sector is that? It's our sector.
Yes. So.
Blade is Cutlass.
Yeah, this guy was here.
Cutlass is Blade. Blade, our medic could use some assistance. Suggest we meet up after passing the open area ahead of us. You mean the construction site? Affirm.
Let's not
Copy.
forget that
We'll do
smoke
that.
works at night too.
Guys, Cutlass medic needs attention. The construction site is where we'll meet up with them. So I would like to go to the shack over there.
Recommendation.
Yeah.
Get 3-0 to smoke that road.
Oh. Yeah. Can we smoke it ourselves from here, or do you want to?
I mean, Schlee can do it, yeah, but you getting the 3-0 call would be better.
Yeah, I understand what you mean, but normally.
Do we need you to get a coordinate?
Yes.
Yeah, contact.
It's 1, 2, 4, 1, 4, 2, keypad 4. I can give you a read back. 1, 2, 4, 1, 4, 2, keypad 4.
I need a notepad for this shit.
Get Richie to do it.
Would you can you please call out the smoke
There you
grenades? Okay, thank you.
After you do it.
3-0, this is Blade. 3-0 solid.
Whatever happens to the
requesting
medic
one
is
time
supposed to treat.
smoke on grip reference 124, 142, keep at 4. No smoke available.
We've got no smoke available.
Oh, there you go.
Okay.
I'm doing my best.
Problem solved.
Yeah, just a bit. Okay. Blue will cover. Red start crossing towards the construction yard, please.
Move in.
Wait, this is 3-0. Did you copy that? No smoke.
Copy. Out.
Interrogative. I think it's the construction site to the north, because that's Cutlass's area.
I'm moving. I'm moving.
What's that?
Holy shit, I can't see. Fuck.
That's not heading towards the correct construction site.
Last man.
Mambo, why are you running with red?
Oh man, trying to use a fucking smoke grenade when you've got like 50 different flares.
Just a sec, we've taken one head out, but slower advanced. Oh.
You guys clear this up before we cross it?
Come and say here.
Building's clear.
Here we go. You need stitch.
Is this building over here? Is it? Yeah, that's good. Okay.
Hack shift.
Oh, okay, yeah, you do need it. Station, are you the medic?
That's it, this is 3-0 back.
Red team must push further southwest and take security.
Just indicating we've got one guy in Cat Alpha, should be up shortly. Our advance has been slowed because of it. Oh.
Wow, the moving makes
Copy that, that's it.
Where is red team? Where is red team?
Crossing.
The red team's out doing whatever. Where are you going, except? Oh, come on, wasn't you that ran over the street?
Covering the.
That's it, 3-0. We're en route to your location.
We're gonna be on the south side.
I think we're taking security, aren't we?
That smoke is.
Copy that, 3-0, many thanks.
We'll have to wait until that's gone.
Let's clear this fucking building.
Covering it.
I think
Moving.
Building's clear.
FM moving back.
So when we end up pushing on, I'll stick to the wall. You guys cross the road and clear the building, because there's no buildings on this side.
Alright. Looks like blue doing it, I'm crossing.
Can you hear someone?
Contact down. You might want to finish him off.
Usually.
Clear.
Mumbo, can you take one instead of Zezek?
Friendly down.
I think the shots come from southwest somewhere.
Okay.
Who do you got down, Sleep?
Friendly might re-IR grenade.
Friendly down.
Actually, if we've got wounded, move them inside Blue's building. We're gonna make a quick CCP.
I copy that, but negative, we can't cross the road.
If you use smoke, could you cross it then?
If I'm smacking. Smoke set.
Roger, carrying.
Stepping off.
Okay, so Mambo takes back door. I can take the front door. You can do your
Red team coming in.
Red team come through the back door. Is that what we need to as a
They are in from the back door.
Someone else to take front door then.
Yep. Sleep.
You got this security, remember?
Yeah, I got it.
Searching for us.
Go ahead.
Dad came down from the sky.
Yeah, he landed me, and I think
Scan to all units, begin to make your way back to us. Please be advised the area will remain to be hot until you've evacuated the area. Over.
Arrow copies.
Not at the moment.
I guess that we might take a bit longer.
If it ended, I could have
That's 3-0 to get the flare out, please.
She's down.
We've got contact southwest. Hit me right in the face. It's behind the two-story building.
Wade, this is 3-0.
Wait, you want to for us?
Cutlass, this is 3-0.
Responding.
Cutlass, we're putting a flare up over your position between the blade. Over.
Do you have eyes?
Negative, prep 40 Mike.
Plus copies, we will check on Blade on our way back.
Blade calling in, we are fine, we currently have 1 casualty, so slow on our retreat.
Blade, this is 3-0, do you require medical?
Do we?
I think we need some marksmanship training, remember? Both of us.
No, I think I got him something. I got him in the head or something.
Yep.
Arrow, this is 3-0.
3-0, is this Arrow said?
Arrow, be advised, we're putting a flare up over your position. Over.
We're ready to move. We should
Roger,
be.
thanks. No.
Hold up,
Arrow,
Lumbo,
correction,
moving back.
Last position of flare will be to your southeast. Over.
Move back.
Yep, we're falling back.
Arrow copies.
We were supposed to start retreating, pulling back, correct?
Yeah. Covering.
Okay, let's get a move on to...
Moving.
Blade
What's that?
casualty is treated, we are now retreating back.
Come on here, let's...
Do you want us to cross?
Yeah, blue will cover the cross again, just as usual, basically. Let's not do weird things.
Shooting?
No ice.
Oh, what the fuck was that I just threw?
Something.
It's a flare. Oh, again. Oh my word. At least it's not a grenade.
Like a grenade. Yeah, it's a symbol for grenade.
Actually.
Yep.
Red's crossing, blue's covering.
Moving.
Go. Thank you.
I'm sorry, I'm not hearing comms.
Red's in position.
Just kill the man. We are taking
Press it.
somewhere.
Think the contact.
Nope, I only had 2 bullets in my mic. Red's moving.
Yeah, red's moving. Blue, cover.
At least someone's got the right idea. Red's safe.
We should switch to the other side, red and grab friendlies.
Crossing. Moving to Gambler.
Yeah, I'm okay now. We already cleared this. Let's walk up straight.
Oh, mistake. Where do you go?
What did you say? Is it?
Try by mistake.
To the left of you.
Well, I'm not the only one, so.
Maybe.
The nerds have come out now.
I put strips of magnesium on the underside of my motorcycle where it attaches the ground on the thing there, so it
There he goes.
Close.
The sparks. I guess.
Don't they use can't you if you set light to a certain amount of magnesium, can't you melt through a lock? Isn't that dangerous for your bike?
Nah, mate.
Fucking hell, where the fuck Blackhawk them? Holy shit. Snuck up
When
on
you're
me.
talking about
He
came
down. Turn around, he's staring me in the face.
Right, Cutlass is here. Yep. Right, pretty good clearing, good use of flares and stuff. CQB at times was a little sloppy. You guys got separated quite a bit, certainly when I know you guys were holding up at that construction building. But I saw at one point 2 people clearing a building, 1 person clearing a building. I know it's faster, but if there's a bad enemy in there or someone takes a hit in the wrong way, you're fucked. And you can sometimes lose 2 or 3 people. Other than that, very good, very enjoyable. I think Blade's here as well, aren't you?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Blade overall, I'll give you kind of similar talks to Cutlass. Pretty good CQB, although at times wasn't amazing. There were points, I think, certainly Cutlass and Blade could have used your lasers a little more while inside the building to help
Gambler,
clear.
this is Arrow.
Send.
We had a couple of contracts to fight through. We're in the green zone now, so we'll be with you shortly. Out.
Copy that. Index all parties. All enemies have been removed. Over. Right, so yeah, Blade, I'll give you the same sort of remarks I gave Cutlass. But yeah, use of lasers, guys. I did actually talk to Dusak about it. Dusak were the opposite. They used their lasers a little too much while outside, which is not the worst thing in the world. But the thing is that if, for example, myself or Stabs is looking across a field and Blade and Kimbo is calling along, it's on my laser, and we see 30 odd lasers, we're going to go. We're going to ask Kimbo to do something else, and he might have to put himself in more danger to find something else to mark the target with. So lasers are great in buildings to clear enemies, not so good outside of buildings because they cause confusion. Right, Arrow, welcome back. Your CQB was very good. I think the main point I'll make about CQB to everyone is, I know you guys can't check every building, but make sure you check the buildings where they shoot at you. I saw some really good fire, some very good teamwork between buddy teams and triplets for CQB, so I'm very impressed with that. Good use of flares. I think everyone made good use of 3-0. The one thing I will say, the contact right at the very start, I mean, I know we're in training, guys, but Jesus Christ, that was the worst reaction to contact I think I've ever seen. I think Stabs can agree with me. Yep. If I say the enemy have started moving, that means that they're close enough that the AI can pick up our voices. So, just a hint for next time, if I say that I'm putting live enemies down, and they're in the same town that you are, probably just, start posting security, make sure you're not in the middle of the road. I can't remember who I saw right in the middle of the crossroads. I know he was injured, but you can crawl to the side, man. Whoever that was. It's just, I won't name and shame, but if you crawl to the side, at the very least you'll, die against a wall rather than in the middle of the street. But But yeah, I don't want to end on a negative note. So overall, pretty good. I hope people learn stuff today. 5 to 9. Mission post will be going up in sometime in the next 2 hours. So look out for that. But apart from that, guys, I'll go. In fact, actually, I'll go through. Arrow, do you have anything extra you want to add?
Me personally, no. Taro, you got anything?
Was that me? No, nothing from me.
Yeah.
Awesome. Blade, I think Outlive, you're taking for Blade a little bit.
Yeah, for the moment, yeah.
Yeah, anything from you?
Well, sorry to Cutlass for being late at the construction site. I pointed my guys to the wrong construction site.
Yes, that was something that I actually mentioned to Stab. There were several construction sites around town, and all you did was refer to a construction site. Grid references help.
Yes, but trial by fire.
Yeah, no, that's fine. Cutlass, anything to add?
Nothing from me. Berlin.
Oh.
Awesome. Dusek, anything to add?
I'll just reiterate what you told me before the lads arrived. Taking a casualty, call in 3-0. Good idea to pop like a chem light or something nearby, or a flare. Easier for them to find you if you haven't
Yeah.
chem a grid.
Yeah, to put things in perspective, let's use this building for example. 3-0 coming down that street. If I'm in this building, I can shine my laser out, which is okay. Or alternatively, if I chuck that down, which building do 3-0 think I'm going to be in?
The yellow one.
It's going to be the... It's Dave. Going to be the great big white one. So, yeah. It's a great thing to use these flares for. They're great for marking, great for calling out information. They're not great for throwing on top of enemies, but it's just very useful. Back through the teleporter, guys.
It was the one closest to the...
Everyone looking to playing on Roche this weekend?
Oh yeah.
Indeed.
Yeah,
Looks like home. It's gonna be fun.
Looks like home. Probably won't feel like home unless home is filled full of paramilitaries.
Yeah, Sweden is in a horrible state, so yeah.
What game?
Considering it's your mission, it's more like everyone looking forward to dying on Roche, does it?
Is that the MP7?
It's green.
Oh, yes. Not gonna lie, since the update where they made it better, it's just gone from terrible to amazing.
They've also given it armor-piercing magazine, so
yeah, of
Russians
course.
are now actually fair game.
Do you remember when I did nothing but run around while I was on Lib?
Lib, yeah.
That and a javelin.
Balanced.
Yeah, I needed something close range and something to kill tanks.
Are you running on Talon? Yeah?
Yeah, I think Talon are on their way back.
Remember tow missiles on Takistan.
Oh boy. It's like better than real life bowling taking a strike.
Oh, actually,
yeah,
it's
it's got
here.
like 2.6 kilometers, and it's like.
Didn't you
Dude.
get something like 3.4 out?
Yeah, I think it was longer than like the official range of a tow, like in real life. It was like because Arma hadn't scripted it properly, and it's just like just the faintest thermal signature, everything crammed up to maximum view distance.
Devs, is Liberation updated yet? Just the server. And if not, okay, if we could get Liberation updated, because as much as I don't care about playing against Cuff enemies as opposed to RHS enemies, as long as they're not part of Project Op or similar, I totally want to use a police shield to storm Lithium.
Oh god.
Or alternatively, the M249 with underslung grenade launcher.
Yes.
Nice.
Did someone ask, does it work?
No one asked.
Yeah, I asked Caesar, yeah, does it work?
D-Dog, step out.
Alright.
Stand by the post and face the line.
Can we get a 50 cap?
Hello guys, come with me.
Yay!
I want you to shoot the writing on my go. Put a 10-round burst. Only the writing, nothing else. Okay.
Okay.
Go. Now do a 50-round burst.
Oh boy.
Keep going, keep going.
Hang on, let me reload.
Sorry, I'll do it for you.
Okay, reloaded.
That's alright, that'll do. I think I hit him a couple of times.
Yeah, he is.
But I'm firing armor piercing rounds. So.
Can you resist a camlight?
No.
No.
That's not.
That's all, guys.
We found its weakness.
Unplayable.
You know I'm gonna get one of those and scream Baru Kazad.
Anyway.
Kazad menu.
Anyway, right. That's it for the end of training, guys. I don't think there's any additional stuff from us. So, as I said, mission will be up shortly tonight. Whoever threw that.
Sorry. Someone shoot.
Really sorry.
No, that's fine. Thank you for apologising and stepping forward immediately.
Yeah, I'm so really sorry.
No, that's fine. If you haven't made, if anyone's not got their grenade key on double tap G, make sure it is. And I will see you guys on Sunday. And again, thank you for immediately apologising. See you then.
See you on Sunday, guys. See you.
Good night.
Cheers.
See ya.
Happy Halloween. Did he? Happy Halloween.
Happy Christmas.